Yo, boy, so I just got out of the gym. This idea has been on my mind for days, and this has genuinely changed the way I act, the way I talk, the way I move, and my energy in life. And I just have to share this with you guys, and I have to document how it's changed my life so that it can change your guys' lives as well. And, you know, where most people get stuck, right, is that they think consistency and discipline are the most important factors towards them making monumental change and achieving things they've never achieved. And it's true. Discipline and consistency are massively important, but your discipline and your consistency don't matter if you're missing this key element. But let me break it down. So yesterday I was filming, me and Aaron, we went to Miami, 40 minute drive. We get there. As soon as we get there, we found the best fucking spot to film. We found the best spot to film, the best background. All the stars started aligning. When we turned on the camera, I started speaking amazingly. I was talking how I truly am supposed to talk, right? But usually when me and Aaron film, it's not like that. First of all, it takes us hours to find the spot. We found it instantly, right? First of all, and then when I'm speaking on the camera, sometimes, I have to sit down and just think for so long. And then when I start talking on the camera, I mess up like a million times, but everything just flowed. It just flowed perfectly. All the videos that I had in mind, boom, they just flowed perfectly, and I was able to say them flawlessly. Because usually when I'm filming in public, I don't really get nervous, but I think I just get I get kind of awkward if people are around, right? And that, not me anymore, but the old me, we'll just say that the old me would get awkward with people around. I would fucking just always judge myself through other people's eyes. You know what I mean? So then you can feel that energy when I was speaking. So I wasn't speaking well in the videos. I wasn't articulating myself the way I wanted to articulate myself. But the key principle is I wasn't being what I wanted. I wasn't being what I wanted. Why? Because I wasn't reprogramming my mind. But let me break it down. A lot of people don't realize that our brains are literally... No, let me rephrase it. A lot of people don't realize that computers are designed after brains. The same way computers get viruses if they don't protect themselves is the same way our brains get infected if we don't protect ourselves, right? Growing up, society has a way of programming us. But if you don't grow up and go against the programming that is literally destroying you, and you don't build that antivirus in your brain, what's gonna happen? Your computer's gonna be shit. You're not gonna think to the best of your ability. And it's not even just about being intelligent. It's not about thinking, but it's about the actions that you take. It's about what you do, right? So when you have a fucking virus in your computer, is that computer gonna be able to perform? Absolutely not. If you load up Fortnite, it's not gonna perform. That's why it's so essential to reprogram your mind before you want to do something, before you take action, before you get into the gym. You reprogramming yourself. I'm the GOAT. But it's not just about that. But I'm gonna break it down, right? The same way computers, it's like, let's say 15 years has passed since that computer was built. Imagine that computer was still on Windows XP. No, every single year the computer needs to upgrade. Every single year there needs to be, new Windows. Just like for us, every single year we need to upgrade how we think. We need to upgrade our mindset so we can have a winning and successful mindset if you want to be a successful person. And if you're watching this video, it's because you are a successful person. Why? Because your mindset. You're trying to learn more. Success is not in what you have, but it's about who you are. And the person who is successful is always trying to learn from others. That's exactly what I do. I always try to learn from other people. And that's exactly how we win. Winners make winners make winners. And all of you watching this video, you're gonna spread this winning mindset on other people. But let me break it down a little bit more. So I'm talking about you have to have an antivirus. But what does this antivirus truly look like? But I'm gonna break it down, don't worry. So yesterday, when I went to film with Aaron, when I woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning, what did I do? I read my Bible for an hour and I prayed and I give thanks. That's how I start my day, right? I noticed that when I start my day like that, that is a perfect way to start my day, because I'm starting my day in the presence of God, and I'm asking him to, how do I explain this? I ask him to give me the wisdom to know what decisions to make. That's the best way to explain it. I ask him, I'm like, God, give me the wisdom to know what decisions to make. And I ask him to fill me up with the Holy Spirit. First of all, boom, I read the Bible. I ask God, speak to me through the word. I read the Bible. After that, what I do is, after I give thanks, I'll take a coach. No, I'll take the coach hour before. But after that, what I'll do, before I start working for the day, right? Before I start editing my videos or working on any of my clients' programs, what I do is I reprogram my brain. I reprogram my brain before I do any sort of work. But why do I reprogram my brain? I reprogram my brain because the moment I wake up, my brain's telling me go back to sleep. The moment I wake up, it's just straight emotions. It's straight feelings, right? Because I just woke up. I'm not in my operating state of flow state. And then after I wake up, you know, I overcome that challenge of my feelings. I wake up at 5 a.m. And then after that, what I do is I reprogram myself, and I have a document, and I recommend that all of you guys make this document right now, because if you don't have it, you're gonna fall off track. And this is the best way. When you do fall off track, you go back to this document, you attach yourself to the feeling of it. Guess what? You're gonna start aligning with who you truly are. But let me break it down. In this document, I have 2 pages of it. The first page is why I am doing what I'm doing. Why? So in this why page, there's a lot of like deep reasons, but just to give you guys a quick sum, I'm doing this because I'm doing it. First of all, the first part is just my future wife, my future kids, right? I'm doing this so I can be the best person for them, right? I'm doing this so I can be the right example for my kids. I'm doing this so that, because kids learn by seeing it, not by you telling them. So understood, I need to just set the right example, right? That's why I'm sacrificing all these things. What's another one of my why? So obviously I can attract the right wife for my kids, because I want my daughters to have the right example of how to be as a woman, right? So when I work so hard now, and when I sacrifice all these things now, I'm basically reminding myself of why. Then I'm doing it for that. I'm doing it so I can be there for my parents, right? I'm doing this so I can provide for them as much as possible, right? I'm doing it so that, you know, they don't have to struggle in any way possible. You know what I mean? I'm doing this so I can repay them for everything that they've done to me, because I genuinely feel like I'm in debt. I feel like I'm in debt to my parents for everything they've done to me. So that's why I work so hard every single day, so I can repay them in the future. You know, just this physique isn't just about me. It's about me it's about me showing my parents that the kid that they raised is an impressive kid, because that is the best thing you can do for your parents. Just be the best possible kid for them, because that's what gives them fulfillment. You know what I mean? They're old, right? When I'm old, I'm 60, I'm 70, the only thing I'm gonna care about are my kids, if we're gonna be real. The only thing I'm gonna be caring about is, how did I raise my kids to be as good as possible? And I'm already thinking about that now. And then I have that as I have a bunch of deep reasons. Because I have to show up for the thousands of people that I'm gonna inspire and help improve their lives in every way possible, right? The thousands of people. I'm not talking about hundreds or tens, the thousands of people I'm gonna inspire. And it's like deep reasons why I can't wait. Because if I do wait, I'm not gonna be in control of my life, and that is one of my biggest fears. Like, it's like deep reasons why. It's like you need to find out your deep reason why. And then what I do is I read this, and then I attach myself to the feeling of it. Because if you don't attach yourself to the feeling of it, it's not gonna work long term. So what I do is I read it out, and I'm like, damn, like that feels so good, you know, having that wife. And then I envision my dream wife, and then I envision my kids, you know, that are fucking amazing people, and then there's just so amazing kids, and then with my eyes closed, by the way. And then I envision, you know, me being there for my parents, you know, them being proud of me. I envision what it feels like for other people to appreciate what I've done for them, and I envision what it feels like for me to give back towards everyone who's done so much for me, what it feels like to provide for others around me, what it feels like to just inspire other people to elevate their lives, right? What it feels like to inspire, to get that text when that guy's like, bro, I just lost 50 pounds because of you. Yo, you just helped me gain 10 pounds of muscle. And then I envision that. I envision me getting that text, and I'm like, bro, like that feels good. You know what I mean? That feels good. It feels good. And then when you attach yourself to that feeling, you will notice that you don't need discipline. You don't need motivation. And that feeling is all you need. That feeling, because you're like, am, like this feels so good. And then you just start aligning. But here's the thing, I don't think about it as if it's in the distant future. I think about it as if it's today. Like I think about it as if I am, right? I am. So I am impacting lives. You know, I am being there for my parents. I am, you know, attracting, you know, the right people into my life. And it's like, I don't think about it in the future. I think about it now. And then when you think about it now, what happens is your body and your brain starts going into that frequency. Your body and your brain starts aligning with that frequency, the frequency of who you truly are. Because who you truly are is who you program your brain to be. Because if you don't program your brain, what happens is your brain goes to the default, and 100% of the time the default is always fucking negative. It's always negative. It's always bad, because it's easy, right? It's easy to think negatively. It's easy to live in fear. It's easy to not live by faith, right? But when you go against that, right, and you reprogram your brain to be who you truly are, and then you say, I am that person today. I am courageous. I am strong. Doesn't matter how you feel in the moment. Doesn't matter what your bank account is. You say, I am successful. I am abundant. I am attractive. I am like all these positive things that you want to be, right? I am in shape. You know, I have high energy no matter what time I went to sleep. I have everything that I need. I have a strong relationship with God. I have respect for my peers. You know, other people want to hear what I have to say. Like, and it's like, you just say, I am. You remove any excuse for you not being that person today. And you will find to realize that every time that you feel demotivated and you read this document, like the burst of energy I get personally when I read that document, and I also attach pictures, right? I attach pictures of certain things just so I can visualize it a little bit more. And then you envision it with your eyes closed, right? With the feeling attached to already being that. Like I'll look at the pictures before, right? But then I'll have my eyes closed and then I'll envision it. And then you will start to realize, and what I do is I think about, how does this person act? How does he spend his time? Like naturally, right? Okay, how do I spend my time? How do I carry myself? How do I talk, right? How do I, you know, manage my time? Like all these small intricate things, you will notice the more that you do it, the more you envision who you truly are, you will start to notice that you will pick up on the frequency, and you will start aligning with that frequency. Because the version of you who has that six-pack, who is in shape, who lost that fat, who has high energy, who is respected by others, who isn't insecure, who's confident, who walks into every single room with the energy and presence that other people don't even fucking understand. It's like, that version of you is a frequency, right? We have a bunch of different frequencies. You're probably here, right? And then that version of you is probably here. But the truth is, all these frequencies, you can tap into it whenever you want, right? So if you're here, all you need to do is align yourself with this frequency, right? But success is the lagging indicator. So the fruits of your labor are not gonna be they're not gonna be immediate. But when you align yourself with this frequency and you stop doing it for the results and you do it for who you become and who you are, you will start to notice that all the things you've wished for, all the accomplishments you've wanted to do have shown up in front of your face. You know what I mean? And I realized yesterday how powerful, I mean, I've been doing this for I think about a week. No, but I've kind of been doing it for a while, but without the document, right? Like I've been saying I am, but I didn't attach myself to the feeling, and I didn't have the document, right? But then a week ago when I made the document, I noticed monumental change. Because I've always heard how you have to say I am, and I would hear it would kind of go out the other ear, and I wouldn't do it consistently. But then when I have the document, I read it literally like 2 to 3 times a day. Anytime I get a little bit demotivated or I don't know what to do, I'll read the document, boom, to my head, it tells me exactly what I need to do. So if you want to gain muscle, you put, I'm strong, I can bench 275, I can squat 315, you know, I eat healthy, I have high energy, I have confidence, I am respected, right? I have a six-pack, I'm lean, all these certain things. And then you envision yourself like, I'm lean, I'm confident. I'm not insecure. I'm not held back by my insecurity. Like all these small things. And then what happens is you get the burst of motivation. Then you just start aligning yourself with what you need to do. And that's the biggest thing that it did for me. You know, I started speaking better in my content. You know what I mean? I started doing all these things. And the truth is, when you align yourself with who you truly are, what happens is that the discipline isn't even as essential, because you know that it's hard to explain it, but it's like you just do it because that's who you are, right? You know, the same way how when you drink water and you get thirsty again, like, are you just gonna stop drinking? No, let's say you drink water and you stop being thirsty. You're gonna get thirsty again, right? The same thing with the gym. So I'll work out once, but I'm still gonna get thirsty to work out again, right? The same way with me posting content. Like, I'm gonna post content once, but I'm gonna get thirsty to do it again, because as humans, we just don't get satisfied with doing what, you know, we've done. We have to always do more, because all these things are borrowed, right? This physique is borrowed, right? Even my fucking IG, like, you know, where I post my content, like all these things, like these things are borrowed, right? So when you align yourself with the who, what happens is you're not really thinking about doing better. You're being better. That's the difference. Because when you're being better, you just do it naturally 24/7. It's like, it's just who you are. You know, you eat because you're hungry, right? You go to the gym because you have to. You know, I post content because I have to. I've been posting content for the last, I don't know how many months. Fucking, how many months has it been? Since April. It's October. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 7 months. Oh, October just started? 6 months. All right, 6 months. I've been posting content for the last 6 months. 3 times a day, by the way. I haven't missed a single day in 6 months. 3 times a day. And it's not because I have the discipline. It's just because that's who I am. Like, I just do it. Like, I just post content. I don't really think about it much. I wake up at 5 a.m., I program my mind, and then I start making my content for the day. And I just get it out the way. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't need discipline to post content, because it's just who I am, right? So if you want to make lasting, long fucking lasting change, what you need is you need to switch who you truly are, right? And every single choice, right, is you voting for who you truly are, right? So you invest into the right foods. That's a vote towards who you are. When you invest into something, the more you invest, the more you're gonna get out. That's a natural principle. So you invest into high quality foods, boom. You invest into the best gyms possible with the right energy, boom, better results. That's a vote for who you truly are. So all these small tasks, right? All these small things, these are a vote for who you are. You do this on a long enough time frame, you're gonna realize that you just can't go back. You're gonna see how your life has changed. Your energy is higher. You feel so much better. And you can't go back to eating junk food. You know how fucking sensitive my body is to eating junk food? I haven't eaten fast food in a minute. I haven't eaten any of that bullshit in a minute. And then even if I eat like a small dessert at a restaurant or something, I start breaking out. Like, I get super sensitive to it. You know what I mean? But that's how you know you've made monumental change. That's how you know you made monumental change. And when you start to get sensitive towards the opposite. When I started being extremely positive and living by faith, and, you know, seeing opportunities wherever I've went, and having that success conscious mindset, right? You know what? Other people who aren't on that wavelength, I just start picking up on it. I start noticing, right? I start noticing, like, you're more sensitive to it, like little limiting beliefs that people have when they think that it's not possible for them. When the truth is, anything is possible for you. Anything is possible for you. But you need to switch who you are first. Guys, make the document. Read it 2 to 3 times a day. Remind yourself. Attach yourself to the feeling behind having it, and imagine it as if it's already yours. Imagine what it feels like to grip the fucking steering wheel of that car you want. Or imagine what it feels like to take off your shirt at the beach and your fucking crush is watching you, like, over there just staring at you. Like, imagine what, like, all these small certain things. Imagine what it feels like, and you will notice that you are that person today. You are that person. Fuck reality. Like, it doesn't matter what you're seeing with your eyeballs. What matters is what you are programming yourself. What are you programming yourself? Our brains are literally Our brains are better than computers, if I'm gonna be honest. And if you just program it the right way, your potential is unlimited, boundless. You can accomplish whatever you want in life. And I honestly wish I would have done this earlier. I wish I would have knew about this when I was fucking 16, when I was in the stock market and I blew 3,000 fucking, like, all my life savings. I blew all of it. Why? Because I wanted the outcome, but I didn't want to be the person who deserved it, right? I wanted the easy way, The easier barrier of entry that you get, the more painful exit that you get. But the more painful the exit, the easier exit. The more painful the entry, the more easier the more easier / fulfilling the exit is. But what do I mean by that? When we get things that are easy, we don't value it. If I got this physique easily, I wouldn't value it and I would lose it like this. That's why it's not about getting all this shit instantly. It's not about the result. It's about being who deserves it, right? And the truth is it difficult? I don't know. Because when you align yourself with who deserves it, no, it is difficult. It is. I'm not gonna sit here. But the truth is, right? The truth is, it's simple though. It's simple. It's very simple to get into shape. It's very simple to accomplish your goals because other people have done it. You can just follow their blueprint. You know what I mean? It's simple, but that doesn't make it easy. But the truth is, you don't want it to be easy because if it was easy, it would completely destroy you. That's the last thing that we want. But boys, the last thing I want to say, this is just a quick video. You know, usually my videos are longer, but the last thing I want to say is please fucking implement this. Because if you don't implement this, you're gonna miss out on fucking massive potential, massive change that you are capable of doing. You know what I mean? You're like, you don't want to waste your potential. You don't want to waste this time. Because the more that you wait to reprogram yourself, the harder it's gonna be to reprogram yourself in the future. But the truth is, it doesn't matter how long you've waited, how far you've gone, it's never done. Like, your story is never done. You still have opportunity. It doesn't matter how fucking old you are. You need to understand that you have the power to rewrite your story. Only you. Because you're the only person who can get up, get in shape, elevate your life, and fucking become somebody that you respect. You know what I mean? But boys, the last thing I want to say is I love all of you. I genuinely want to see you guys win. If you guys have any questions or anything, you can either comment it down below or you could DM me on IG. My IG is going to be in the link in the description. And also, boys, look, if any of you guys are looking to join the team at Max Out Fitness Coaching and you want a proven system with somebody to keep you there accountable 24/7 and also make sure you execute on everything that you need to be executing on, and somebody who can guarantee you 2 years of gym progress within 4 months or less, boys, just go ahead and book a call with me down below. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then we're going to see if you qualify for my program. But I only work with people who are serious, people who want it, people who want to get into the best physical and mental shape of their whole entire lives with a proven system that they can follow on a day-to-day basis that simplifies everything at the end of the day. And, you know, when you invest into something like this, because this is an investment, you know what I mean? When you invest into something like this, this is a vote towards who you truly want to be. You know what I mean? But boys, I'm looking forward to speaking with many of you. And thank you guys for making it this far. Yeah, I want to see you guys win at the end of the day. But if you have any questions, just go ahead and DM me on IG. I answer all my DMs. But yeah, that was basically it. I hope you guys actually implement this, because I promise you right now, it will change your life. But yeah, let's get it.